Hello, I am Professor Algio and welcome to trigonometry. So what you're going to want to do is log into your D2L and this won't be available till Monday morning, but when you log in you should have an icon similar to this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go in there and kind of show you around a little bit. Okay, so if we go ahead and you want to click on content. And that's where I'm going to have everything at here. So we have handouts, and then we have it broken down into 4 units. And then there's an extra week after that, and then we have our finals week. So let's go ahead and start with the syllabus. All right, so here we are. So as I said, I'm Professor Algio. Here's my email. That's going to be the best way to contact me. You can email me through D2L also. Sometimes I don't check that quite as often as my Lone Star email, so just keep that in mind. Here's my office number. I'm probably not going to be in the office that much this semester. Now, this is a hybrid course, so we do have the option to meet on Wednesdays if the conditions permit. And so we're just gonna kind of have to wait and see. We're not allowed on campus till September 8th at the earliest. And so we're just gonna have to wait and see. And if I do have class in person, it will be optional. Okay. And so probably the idea would be maybe to have optional in-class test reviews if you want to come in before an exam, if you have questions that you want to go over together in person. So we'll just have to wait and see, to be honest. So I would kind of treat this as an online course for the most part because that's probably what it's going to mostly be like. Okay, office hours from 2 to 3:30 Monday through Friday, or WebEx by request. So um, don't hesitate to send me a request to meet on WebEx. It doesn't have to be on those specific times. I'm just required to give specific times throughout the week, and so that's what I chose. I can meet in the morning if you really need me to, or later in the afternoon if that's better. Just you just have to ask. Okay, so just kind of note that things could change in the syllabus and just make sure that you stay up to date with your email and everything so you'll know of any changes that may take place. So here's our textbook. The textbook is optional. You don't actually have to get the textbook. Really, all you need is access to My Math Lab. And so you'll notice a lot of times I'm going to abbreviate that with MML. And here's a link to the website. And then here is actually our course ID code. So when you go there to get signed up, this is the course ID you're going to use. And I actually have some directions on how to get that set up, and I'll show you that too later on in this video. Okay, as far as the calculator, scientific's going to be fine, but if you plan on, if you're going to go through the calculus sequence, you probably might as well just get the graphing calculator, and really just because it's more user friendly. The scientific calculator's fine, but the graphing calculator will be a little bit easier to work with, and then plus the videos that I have, I use a graphing calculator for those video examples. So just something to keep in mind. Now, I did include a link right here. I think you'll probably have to copy and paste it, but this will give you some calculator options that you can download for free for like a 90-day trial. So you might want to maybe start with the scientific calculator for a while, check that out, and then maybe I think you could even then download the graphing calculator. So you could try them both out. And like I said, I think they have a 90-day trial on both of those. So okay, homework will be assessed in My Math Lab, and like I said, I'll go over that in a little bit in the video. So I set the due date on the last day you have for your exam. So if your exam's due on I think the first one's early September, like September, whatever, September 12th, then all your homework would be due on September 12th, okay, for that unit. And so you have plenty of time to get that done. You have about 25 homework assignments or so throughout the whole semester, and so I will go ahead and drop your lowest two scores. Okay, online quizzes, those are actually going to be in D2L, and I will show you those also. So there's 12 of them all together. Each unit has about 3 or 4, somewhere around there. And you can take these quizzes up to 10 times, okay? They're fairly simple, to be honest. They're kind of more to kind of encourage you to stay on track and not get behind on the material. Um, and so we'll take a look at those in a little bit, but they're not all that challenging. And then, like I said, you get 10 opportunities, so really you should do quite well on that. And then we'll go ahead and drop your lowest two on that also. Okay, major exams, since our testing centers are closed because of the virus, you're going to be taking them on MyMathLab, just like your homework. And so basically you'll take them at home and they'll be open notes, okay? But make sure, and I encourage you to use your notes and do the best you can, but please refrain from using any other resources, okay? You need to have a strong foundation in trigonometry if you're going to move on to pre-calculus. So just kind of keep that in mind. You're only going to hurt yourself if you use any other resources besides yourself and your notes. If you have any accommodations like extended time or anything like that, you just need to send me that paperwork. Okay. Other than that, you'll have an hour and 20 minutes for each exam, and there's 4 major exams. Now, the final exam, just like the regular exams, you'll have a comprehensive final, and you can use your notes on that one as well. On that exam, you'll be given an hour and 50 minutes on the final exam. Okay, so withdrawing from the course. So if you decide it's in your best interest to drop the course, the last day to do that is going to be November 9th. Okay. Academic honesty, kind of like what I was speaking about before. Just make sure you're doing your own work. And like I said, you're welcome to use your notes. I think that's a good experience. Just make sure it's your work. ADA, Americans with Disability Act. That's referring to the accommodations. So if you have any of those accommodations, just make sure you make me aware of that. Here I have some links. Once again, you'll have to cut and paste, but this will give you more information. These are just general syllabus policies. Same thing with this link down here, except this is more geared towards the math department. Probably the most important thing here is that we do offer virtual tutoring. So if you go to this link, there is going to be a tab for virtual tutoring. And from my understanding, they offer it 7 days a week. And so you just have to go kind of look and see when it's available, but it should be available throughout the days for the most part. Okay. So evaluation for the course. So here homework will be 15%, quizzes 10%, major exams 55, and the final exam will be 20%. And then here you can see when our exam dates are. So you are given I give you a 5-day window for each exam. Okay. So there are no makeups. You've got 5 days to do it. So there really shouldn't be any problems with that. Final exam, you've got from the December 5th to the 10th. And then here are our quiz dates, our due dates for the quizzes. You should probably be familiar with the grade breakdown for A, B, C, D, and F. Okay, here you can read through this if you want. This is just about, tips on being successful in the course, online etiquette. So if you get a chance, just go ahead and read through this. Give you some helpful tips. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back up here. And so student registration handout. So that's right here. If you go to that, this will give you step-by-step instructions on how to register in MyMathLab. And so I'm going to go ahead and go to the website so we can check it out. So once you get everything set up, when you log in, it'll look something like this. You won't have as many icons as I have. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on our course here. And so let's see. You'll have a tab for assignments right here. And this is where your homework will show up and the exams will show. They all say past due. I just need to adjust those dates. I have not done that yet, so I will do that soon. So let's go ahead. I want to show you what an assignment looks like so you can have an idea of what to expect. So here's your first assignment right here. You're actually going to be reviewing some properties of fractions, which hopefully we're somewhat going to be familiar with. Oh, this is quiz. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. Those were some optional quizzes there that you can do if you want, but those are not required. So here's the homework. Here's the first assignment. I'm on question number 5. It says find the complementary and supplementary angle. So the first part, find the complementary. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the wrong answer in here a couple times so we can see what happens. So let's see, put in the 5 there. And oh, I guess it won't let me check my answer unless I put numbers in all of these. So let's see. And I'm just randomly picking numbers. Okay, so I check my answer. Oh, okay, I was wrong. It kind of gives me a hint. What am I trying to do? And I get to try again. Oh, I'm wrong again. Okay, now it says final check. So you'll know when it's your last opportunity to put the correct answer in. So I'm going to try it again. Man, I got it wrong. And it will tell me the correct answer. Then from there, if I want to attempt it again, oh, well, it's asking me for supplementary. But anyways, once I get it wrong completely, I can go down here and where it says check answer, it will say similar question or similar example, something like that. And so I can try the problem all over again so I can get full credit. So even if you get a question wrong, you can actually repeat the question up to 5 times. So really, you should get 100 on most of your assignments. Now, what's going to be really helpful is this question help right here. A lot of students prefer view an example. That's probably their favorite one. So you click on that and it'll walk you through step by step how to solve the problem. It's usually very helpful. Sometimes there's even videos here. Okay, so view an example is very popular. And then this other one I want you to use is ask my instructor. I think it's not going to work because it's past the due date or something. But right here, if you click on ask my instructor, it will populate an email and send it directly to me. And then I can send you back a little video explanation. So when you set up your MyMathLab account, make sure you use an email that you check often. So if you don't check your student email very often, then make sure you use your personal or whatever you're going to check often so you make sure you get my responses. And so if some of y'all I'm sure have used the same platform or a similar platform to this one, there is a little bit of a learning curve, but from the feedback I get from students, they really like MyMathLab. You get, right then and there, did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Okay. So let's see. So if you have any questions about that, don't hesitate to reach out. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the video and notes that we have here in MyMathLab. Or I'm sorry, in D2L. Okay, so here's our first unit right here. I'm going to click on it. And so it pops up week 1, week 2, and week 3. Okay, so here's week 1. We do have a quiz in here. That quiz is an orientation quiz, and so it's just going to ask you some general questions about the syllabus mostly, and a little bit about the D2L setup, just to kind of make sure you have a firm grasp of how everything is set up and what's expected. And then so from here you have I have some extra, it says section 1.1 after class notes. They're just some notes that you can look at. The main thing is to watch the videos. Now for the videos, I've had students request for outline notes, and so I try to post as many of my outline notes I have. I don't have them all, but I have most of them. And so section 1.1, I know it says 11, but really it's 1.1, outline notes for the video. So if I click on that, should pop up a PDF that I can print out. And so you don't have to print it out, but a lot of times students like to print it out so it can go along with the video. So let's go ahead, we'll go back to here. Okay, so then if you click on this video, obviously it will pop up the video. And then same thing for 1.2, I have notes that you can look at if you want to. They're handwritten notes about the topic. Here I have outline notes, they'll be blank, and then you can watch the video to go along with it. Okay, and then you can see then there's a quiz 1, and so that quiz will have we'll have questions that will focus on these sections up above. And then that quiz due date is August 31st. Okay. And so if you click through the assignment weeks, they look pretty similar to this one. So let's look at assignment week number 3. The difference here is I make note that, hey, exam 1, make sure you take it. It will be available between September 10th and September 14th. Okay. So try not to wait till the last moment, but there's plenty of days there to take that. Okay. There is a review and there is review solutions. So you can look at both of those. And it'd be helpful probably to take some notes on that to prepare for the exam. Okay. So there's 4 units. They're all pretty much similar to this first unit I showed you. Now week 15, we do have some new notes that are going to be in there, okay? And on the final exam, it will contain questions from week 15 and then obviously the previous units. And then if you click on assignments for week 16, that's just going to be the final exam review. And you have the final exam review key right there, okay? So I think that's probably going to be good enough to get us going. And so if you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to send me an email so I can try to help you out. Because if you're confused about anything, we want to make sure we address it as soon as possible so that we can be successful. Okay? So I look forward to working with you all, and don't be a stranger.